Hello everyone, in this lecture we will discuss about lump system analysis. It is a heat transfer lecture. In this lecture we will discuss about the lump system analysis. System. In the previous chapter we have discussed about steady state heat conduction equation. We used Fourier law of heat conduction, Newton law of cooling. We use heat conduction equation for the cylindrical system, for spherical system, for Cartesian coordinate system. In this lecture we will discuss transient heat conduction. In the steady state heat conduction, the temperature is not changes with the passage of time, and change in temperature with the passage of time is constant, and this term is 0 in the steady state heat conduction. Now in the unsteady state heat conduction, which is also called the transient heat conduction, the temperature is not constant, but temperature changes with the passage of time, and the temperature have some value with the passage of time, which can obtain from the graphs. From the various graphs, like temperature, sometimes temperature changes, increases with the passage of time, sometimes temperature decreases with the passage of time. This is the time, and this is the temperature in Kelvin or some degree or some other unit. So this is the unsteady state heat conduction. In the unsteady state heat conduction, the temperature is not constant. We have also discussed the lump system. The lump system is a special case of the unsteady state heat conduction, which is also called the transient heat conduction. Lump system is a type of the transient heat conduction. Lump system is the unsteady state heat conduction, a form in which temperature changes with the passage of time and also changes with the with space, like x, y or z. Like temperature changes with the x direction, temperature changes with the y direction. Similarly, the temperature can be changes with the z direction. Similarly, the temperature can be changes with time. It can be increase or decrease with time. So this is the lump system in the lump system, graphical form of the lump system. In the lump system, the temperature at every point in the material, suppose this is a material, suppose copper material, lead material or some other material, the temperature at every point in the material is constant. Temperature is constant at every position in the material. But the temperature change, suppose the temperature is constant 30 degrees, but the temperature changes with time. For example, after 10 minutes the temperature was decreased to 20 degrees. Suppose it was decreased to 20 degrees. So suppose after 10 minutes the temperature at every point in the material was 20. So the temperature at every position in the material, the temperature is constant 30 degree or 20 degree, but the temperature increases or decreases with the passage of time, and it is the unsteady state heat transfer, and it is also called the lump system. So in this lecture we will discuss the lump system analysis, and what will be the equation for the lump system. Suppose we have a material, like we have discussed in the previous case. Suppose this is a spherical lead, spherical material which is made from lead, spherical lead material. The temperature at every point in the material is, suppose the temperature at every point at every point in the material is constant. Suppose it is hot and it is lit and it is at 70 degrees C, which form a lump system. So what will be the, suppose the temperature of this lid decreases with the passage of time. The heat is transferring from the lid material to the surrounding air. Suppose this is the surrounding air, this is the heat transfer coefficient of the air. The air is at 20 degrees C. Suppose the heat will transfer from the material. Remember, the heat at every point in the material will be same, and this is the special case for the lump system. We assume that temperature at every point in the material is same in the lump system analysis. So what will be the heat equation? How the temperature will change in the material if heat is transferred from system to the surrounding, or if the heat transfer from surrounding to the system, and vice versa. So what will be the heat transfer rate? What will be the graphical form of the temperature and time, and how the temperature will change with the passage of time as heat transfer from material or from environment to the material. So for this case we will use the general energy balance equation, which is nothing but energy input minus output plus energy generation minus energy consumption is equal to energy accumulation. Energy input to the system minus energy output from the system plus energy generation in the system minus energy consumption in the system plus is equal to energy accumulated in the system. So in the steady state, so in this case we will not use the steady state approach, but we will use the transient, so this term will be not equal to 0. So the output, the energy is not generated in the system. There is no generation source or heater in the system. Similarly, the energy is not consuming in the system. There is no chemical reaction occurring in the system, so the consumption is also 0. So the energy output, the energy is not going out from the system, but the energy enter from the system. Suppose the energy output is also 0. Suppose we have a spherical rod. Suppose we have a spherical material of copper. Suppose this is a copper sphere. Spherical material of copper. Suppose this is the spherical copper, spherical material of copper. So the energy generation for this material will be equal to, suppose it is placed in, suppose the copper material is placed in some hot environment. Now what will be the lump system analysis? Suppose we have a copper, spherical copper. Suppose this is a copper. Suppose this is a spherical material, spherical material which is made from copper. Suppose the copper sphere is placed in some hot environment. Suppose this is the hot environment. Suppose it's a hot air. This is some hot air. Suppose the temperature of the air, suppose this is all is the hot air. Suppose this is the hot air. The copper material is placed in the hot air. Suppose the temperature of the air is T infinity. The temperature of the copper sphere is T, which change with the passage of time. The heat is transferring from the air to the copper, because the temperature of the air is high as compared to the temperature of the copper. Suppose temperature of the air is 100 degree and the temperature of the copper sphere is 20 degrees. So the heat will transfer from the air to the copper. So the heat is transferred from the air to the copper material. The temperature of the copper sphere is T. The mass of the copper sphere is M. Suppose the density of the copper sphere is rho. The heat capacity or specific heat of the copper material is Cp. The volume of the copper material is V. Suppose these are the physical property of the material. The surface area of the copper material is, suppose it is A is surface area of the copper material is A is, suppose the surface area of the copper material, which is the surface area of the copper material, the surface of the sphere, and the surface of the sphere, for the surface of the sphere the formula is also used, which is 4 pi r square. This is the surface area of the sphere. So surface area of the sphere, and suppose the heat transfer coefficient of the air is, suppose it is H. So what will be the energy equation for this copper material which is placed in the air? Now we are going to write the energy balance equation for this copper material which is placed in the hot air. Suppose it is at 100 degree and suppose this is at 20 degree. So heat will transfer from the surrounding to the system. Suppose the copper material is system. So in this case we will use the energy balance equation. The general energy balance equation is energy input to the system minus energy out from the system plus energy generated in the system minus energy consuming in the system is equal to energy accumulated in the system. This is the general energy balance equation. Energy or heat into the system, heat out from the system, energy generated from the system, and the energy consumed in the system, and the energy accumulated in the system. Now we are using transient heat conduction equations, and we are using lump system, and we know that lump system is the unsteady state heat transfer processes. So in lump system we are using unsteady state process, so the accumulation term will not equal to 0 in this case. The energy out from, suppose the energy out from the system was 0. Suppose there was not, heat was not out from the system. Suppose this was our system. The heat was entering from the surrounding to the copper rod, which was a copper sphere, which was our system, and this was our environment. So energy was not out from the system, so this was 0. And the temperature of this copper sphere increases with the passage of time. So the temperature increases with the passage of time. The temperature is not constant in this case, so this term is also not equal to 0. If there is no heater or other heating material in this system, there is no heater or other heating element in the material, so the energy generation term is also equal to 0. Energy consumption is, suppose there is similarly there is no chemical reaction in our system. There is no chemical reaction in our system. It is a simple copper sphere, so the energy is not consuming in the system. It is simply energy into the system. Energy which is coming from the system increases the temperature of the copper sphere. So energy into the system, input energy is equal to energy accumulated in our spherical copper material. So in this case energy into the system is equal to energy or temperature increase of the system. Energy which is entering to the system increase the temperature of our system. So energy entered to the system increases the temperature of the system. So input energy is equal to energy accumulated in this system, which is made of copper material. So we will use further the energy balance equation. So we have simplified our energy equation into input energy is equal to energy accumulated. Now this was our system. The heat was entering to the system, heat was entering and the temperature was increased. So the input energy is equal to accumulated energy. Now this was our air. This is the air, the heat transfer coefficient of the air. The air was infinity. The system was at temperature T. The mass of the system was m. The mass of the system was m. Volume of the system was V. And specific heat of the material was Cp. Rho was the density of the material. V was the volume of the system. And T was the temperature of the system. So and surface area of the system was AS, this was the surface area of our spherical material. So in this case, the heat entered to the system during time T was equal to heat transfer coefficient of the air, surface area of the sphere, and the temperature difference between our surrounding and our system, which is nothing but the Newton law of cooling, T infinity minus T. This is the temperature of the system, this is temperature of the surrounding, and this is T is the temperature of our system. And the temperature and the heat entered to the system during the time delta T is equal to HAS and 2 temperature difference between surrounding and system and 2 dt, change in time. So the heat entering to the system increase the temperature of the system, which is equal to mCp delta T. Mass of the system, heat capacity of the system, heat capacity of the copper, and temperature difference, which is delta T dt. So we will simplify this relation further. So we obtain a general equation, which is input heat, which is HAS, temperature of surrounding minus temperature of the system, and the heat entered during time delta T is equal to HAS into T infinity minus T into dt, which is equal to mass of the system, mass of the sphere, is specific heat of the sphere, into temperature difference of the copper material, which is delta T. Now we know that density of the material is equal to mass of the material divided by volume of the material, or mass is equal to density into volume. So we can also write this density into volume of the sphere, with capacity of the sphere, temperature difference, which is equal to HAS T infinity minus T into change in time. This is time and this is the temperature. This is the temperature and this is time. So we can further simplify this equation into, we can further simplify this relation into HAS divided by rho volume specific heat into change in time, which is equal to change in temperature of the material divided by T infinity, temperature of the surrounding minus temperature of the system. Now integrate, suppose this is equation 1. Integrate equation 1, we will get, when we integrate this equation, we will get H, the transfer coefficient into area divided by density, volume, heat capacity of the material, and integrate time from 0 to some time, integrate, and integrate the temperature T infinity to some time, because the heat transfer coefficient is assumed to be constant, surface area of the material is constant, density, volume, and all these material was constant. Therefore only time changes, so integral sign is with time. So temperature changes with time, so the integral sign is with temperature and time only, and the other thermodynamic and other physical property are assumed to be constant in this case. So temperature was at time t is equal to 0, temperature was some initial temperature Ti. At time is equal to T, the temperature was, suppose it was Tf, which was the final temperature. So this is the final temperature. Now simplify this relation which we have written, which is equal to H AS divided by rho B Cp time from 0 time from start to some time is equal to dt T infinity minus T, and at time is equal to 0 the temperature was initial temperature. At time t is equal to 0 the temperature of the system was Ti, and at time is equal to T the temperature of the system was, suppose at time t is equal to 0 temperature of the system was Ti. Now at time is equal to T the temperature of the system was final temperature, which in this case the system is copper sphere. The system can be cylindrical or some Cartesian coordinate system material. It can be wall, made of brick, which is made of brick, or some other material. It can be any geometrical shape material. It can be any geometrical figure. So at time t is equal to 0 the temperature was Ti. At time is equal to T the temperature of the system was Tf. This is the Tf of the temperature of the system. Now integrate this equation, we will get heat transfer coefficient of the air, surface area of the sphere, density of the sphere, volume of the sphere, heat capacity of the sphere, and time. This is the time. When we integrate, after integration we will get this relation for the left hand side. For the right hand side, use the integral, use this integrated formula. We will get minus ln T infinity minus T into Ti into Tf. Now further simplify this relation. We will get the transfer coefficient into area of the sphere into time and density, volume, specific heat, which is equal to minus ln T infinity minus Tf divided by T infinity minus Ti. This is the, after applying the limit we will get this relation. Now after simplifying we will get the transfer coefficient, surface area, time, rho, density, volume, specific heat is equal to minus ln T infinity, temperature of the surrounding, minus temperature of the final temperature of the system, divided by temperature of the surrounding minus initial temperature of the system. This was the final equation. Now apply E to both sides. Suppose equation 2. Write in the base of E, which is the irrational number having value 2.71. So we will get So we will get E HAS time rho V. Now apply E to both sides of equation number 2. We will get HAS into T rho V CP. Applying E to both sides. So apply E this side, write in the E form and in the exponential form. So E is irrational number which is the having value 2.71. It is irrational number. So also write, suppose the minus sign come to this side, and the E to infinity minus Tf to infinity minus Ti. So in this case this is the ln. This cancel with this, so we will get T infinity minus Tf divided by T infinity minus Ti is equal to e to the power minus HAS into time for the heat transfer, and the density of the material, the volume of the material, the heat capacity of the material. So the final equation for the transient heat conduction was T infinity minus Tf divided by T infinity minus Ti is equal to E to the power minus H, the heat transfer coefficient of the air, surface area of the sphere, and time for the heat transfer divided by density into volume of the material, specific heat of the material. The HAS divided by rho VCP, the unit of this term, if we use dimension this, if we use the unit of this, if we write the unit of these term, we will get 1 over time. The dimension of these quantity is 1 over time. It can be 1 over time, or suppose it is 1 over second. The unit of these 5 quantity, which is this quantity, this quantity, this and this. The unit of these 5 quantity is 1 over second, and the unit of time is second. As we know, time, the unit of time is hour, second, or some other months or some other units. So the unit, suppose the unit of time is second. So in this case, the unit of HAS and B is 1 over second, and we give a name to these quantity. We combine these quantity and give a name to this quantity, which is B, and the unit of B is 1 over second. So we can also write this equation, T infinity minus Tf divided by T infinity minus Ti e to the power minus B. This is this minus sign B, into this is time, so B T. So this is the exponential relation between temperature, this is the constant, and this is the variable temperature. So there is exponential relation between temperature and time, and graphically we can write it. Temperature, this is the time and this is the temperature. So the temperature changes with the passage of time, and graphically we can express this exponential relation. So we can write this relation is in T infinity minus Tf minus T infinity minus Ti is equal to e to the power minus B into time. The unit of B is 1 over second or 1 over time, and the unit of BT is there is no unit of BT. It is a dimension. number. When these two are multiply, we will get dimensionless number. So if we increase the time, we will change, the temperature will change. Similarly, if we change the B, the temperature will also change. Now if we increase the value of B, suppose this is the time is constant, suppose we plot the temperature, this temperature, the temperature with the passage of time, we will get this type of relation. We can also write, suppose this is equation number 3. We can also write equation number 3 in the following way: T infinity minus T infinity minus T. This is the temperature at any time. This is temperature at any time. This is the temperature at any time. If the limit is unknown, we can write this temperature, these are the variable temperature, and these are the temperature of the surrounding. These are temperature of the surrounding which are constant. So is equal to minus B into time for the heat transfer. So if we increase the value of B, suppose B1 is 2, B2 is 3 by second, 2 by second, B3 is, suppose it is 5. So when we increase the value of B, suppose if we plot this temperature against time, we will get this type of relation, which is the exponential relation. As we increase the value of B, suppose this is the exponential, this is the exponential time, this is the equilibrium temperature, and this is the equilibrium time. So if we suppose, if for B is equal to 2, suppose for B is equal to 2, the exponential time was, suppose it was 90 minutes, suppose it was 90 seconds. For simplicity, suppose it was 90 seconds. Now if we consider another B, which is B3, suppose for B3, equilibrium achieved in 70 seconds. In this case, the B value is 3, which is increased from 2. Now if we increase the value to 5, now in this case the value of B is 5. So the equilibrium time was 50. Suppose it is 50 seconds. So from this graph, we know that as we increase the value of B, the equilibrium temperature achieved earlier in less time. When we decrease the value of B, the equilibrium temperature achieved after many hours or after at a long time. After a long time, that equilibrium temperature will achieve if we decrease the value of B. And if we increase the value of B, the equilibrium temperature will achieve earlier in less time. So this is the lump system analysis, and this is and these graphs are also called the temperature decay. So this was all about the lump system analysis. In the coming lecture, we will discuss about the criteria for the lump system, and what will be the criteria for the lump system, and what is the Bévert number. We will also describe the Bévert number. We will discuss the heat conduction in the system and the heat convection to the system. we will use resistance in the conducting material, and other process in the semi-infinite medium